Hi everyone. I know I probably caught you off guard with the title of this video, but don't worry, I haven't gone insane. Yet. You're probably thinking, Subtlety Rogue. Is that a new Shadowlands talent? Well, actually it isn't. It was that one weird spec that people played one time on Zool before Blizzard removed it from the game. Now, before we get started, I want to get this message across. This video contains absolutely zero opinions and only facts. Now that we're all on the same page, let's talk about the best rogue spec in the entire game. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why would I play a sub-rogue? The answer? Because you want to be a hidden leaf village shinobi honing and practicing your skills until you become the greatest Hokage who has ever lived. Just kidding. You just want to see big eviscerates. Eviscerate is a fun button to press. It has this secret hidden mechanic where it either hits for 500,000 damage or 40,000 damage. Sub-Rogue also has great AoE DPS potential, like the Survival Hunter, with Focused Azurite Beam and Twilight Devastation. But your real damage comes from spamming Shuriken Storm and pumping eviscerates onto one target. They also get a cool button to press called Secret Technique. It feels really good to press, but I'm pretty sure it just has an animation and doesn't actually do damage, so use it at your own risk. Let's talk about how this spec plays for a minute. Everything you do revolves around Eviscerate. Eviscerate scales off combo points for more damage. Shadow Dance increases Eviscerate damage by 12% when spec'd into Night Stalker, which means more damage. Dark Shadow, your talent, makes Eviscerate do 25% more damage. Find Weakness reduces your target's armor by 40% to make Eviscerate do more damage. Night's Vengeance causes Nightblade to increase the damage of your next Eviscerate, which means more damage. Mastery makes your Eviscerate do more damage. Versatility makes your Eviscerate do more damage. Crit makes your Eviscerate have the possibility of critting, which means more damage. Long story short, Eviscerate do big damage. I kind of already touched on stats, but I'll go over them quickly here. Crit is good for obvious reasons, because imagine using all of those abilities for something that didn't crit. It might actually be the most rage-inducing thing in the video game. Haste means more energy regen and faster attacks, which is cool, but it doesn't increase Eviscerate damage. Mastery increases Eviscerate damage, which means more damage, and Versatility increases damage done, which means more damage. Here's a look at my friend's rogue who mains sub. He's currently the #1 sub-rogue on my server for Mythic Plus with a staggering 1000 IO score. Like my Survival Hunter guide, I don't have very many essences at rank 3, so sim your character. Some special things to note: Blood of the Enemy makes Eviscerate crit 25% harder, Breath of the Dying is a very overpowered minor trait, and Focused Azurite Beam is your AoE ability. Oh, and you should probably use Condensed Life Force if you're raiding. Corruption is cool. Now on paper, your best corruptions are Infinite Stars for single target and Twilight Devastation for AoE, but I recommend a new, patented playstyle. A completely brand new, 100% LR Got Milk certified pumper build. If you run raw stat increases, this can make your Eviscerate start to hit as hard as some other hard-hitting abilities in the game, like Ignite. Picture this: Mastery procs with Strike Through for increased crit damage. You might Eviscerate so hard that you teleport into the next expansion, which, let's be real, is probably where Sub-Rogue might actually exist as a viable spec. Anyways, if you don't have Infinite Stars or Twilight Devastation, you have fallen victim to one of Blizzard's classic blunders. Next time, make sure you RNG the right ones. Azurite is cool. You have to have an inevitability trait. The next importance is the First Dance, which increases your haste and gives you 2 combo points when you press Shadow Dance. Try to get 2 of these. The last trait is Night's Vengeance. Run literally as many as you can. It makes Eviscerate do more damage. Some other notable traits are Blightborn Infusion and Heart of Darkness, which are both just stat increases. Now that we've got all of the gearing out of the way, let's walk through the rotation itself. You're going to open with a Shadow Strike while you're stealthed, pop your Shadow Blades, and then immediately Nightblade. Now, you're going to pop Shadow Dance, Symbols of Death, and Shadow Strike to build up max combo points. Pop your Blood of the Enemy and press that fatty Eviscerate. Now, the next step is where things start to get complicated. You're going to want to pay close attention. You're going to want to proc your corruptions like Mind Flayer Infinite Stars. You'll double Shadow Strike again and Eviscerate because you're still inside your Shadow Dance. After that, you're just going to be building 1 or 2 combo points to use on your Nightblade for the Knight's Vengeance trait, and then you're just going to build up to 6 for Eviscerate. Rinse and repeat. Well, onto some more positive rogue-friendly tips and tricks. Here's the thing, you guys. It's not very rogue-like to support your team, so take these tips with a grain of salt. The first thing I want to mention is that Rogue has the most utility in their kit of any other DPS in the game. Don't use it. We're trying to teach everyone how to pump Eviscerate damage. If you're going out of your way to stun a mob or distract a patrol, you aren't using that global to hit record-breaking Eviscerates. If you're still somehow not convinced, here's a screenshot of our guild's main rogue beating himself when he respec'd sub-rogue. Still not convinced? Here's a screenshot of Eviscerate in action while fully raid buffed. The main takeaway from this video should be that Eviscerate do big damage. Always do big damage. If you practice hard enough and you get everything to proc correctly, you might be able to beat your tank and overall in a Mythic Plus. Just remember, kids, sub-rogue is short for subpar DPS.